Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
Charlotte Flair defeated Raquel Rodriguez.
Damian Priest defeated Carmelo Hayes via DQ.
Stephanie Vaquer defeated Alba Fyre.
Andrade and Rey Fenix defeated DIY, Motor City Machine Guns and Fraxiom in a tag team #1 Contenders fatal 4-way match.
Now, if you'd like to know what actually happened,
big car smash.
Solo arrested.
And Cena's not competing at SummerSlam.
Now, if that doesn't hook you, I don't know what will. So, we begin with a car accident and Kathy Kelly asking Adam Pearce, yes, this is SmackDown, what injuries there are. Pearce says, oh, this is off. I didn't ask you that, Pearce. And suddenly, Cody Rhodes appears. Cody asks about the contract he's to sign for SummerSlam, which Pearce just happens to be holding, so takes it and goes. Pearce then says he's going to talk to the police, with Kelly then sending us back to ringside.
They play a clip from earlier which shows Charlotte Flair telling Alexa Bliss that they have a tag team title match at SummerSlam. Flair also asks Bliss to accompany her to the ring later as she has a match against Raquel Rodriguez. While the two are talking, you can see a couple of women in the background. One has a title, but we don't know who they are.
No, I don't know who they are. Don't know, maybe another tag team in the making. Women's. I mean, why not? They need it really on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So, first up, Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez. Bliss with Flair, Perez with Rodriguez. Is this going to be interference free? Well, let's find out. After Raquel overpowers Flair, we end up on the outside with Flair hitting a plancha to Rodriguez and then showboating. As she does, Roxanne heads over. But Bliss sees her off, with Raquel then downing Flair with a clothesline and throwing her into a ring post.
After the break, we're back in the ring with Rodriguez stretching off Flair, only for Flair to escape. Raquel drops a few boots, but Flair responds with chops and a crossbody from the top rope, only for Rodriguez to roll through, slam Flair down and cover for 2. Flair then escapes a Tahana bomb, drops Raquel with a big boot and goes for the figure 8.
As she's about to lock it in, Perez gets on the apron, which causes Flair to head over to her. Flair kicks her off the apron with Bliss on the other side of the ring, pulling Rodriguez down onto the top rope, throat first. Of course the ref wasn't looking. One big boot and roll-up pin later scores the victory for Flair. Good. I'm liking these as a tag team.
I like them
Oh, and
together.
afterwards they did this. So they're obviously besties. Like it.
Backstage we see Adam Pearce speaking with the police and they're looking for Jacob Fatu. Apparently he is a person of interest to them. Pearce asks them to follow him and within mere seconds finds him. Pearce says they have some questions about the car incident earlier, with Jacob saying, I ain't going with you punk ass police.
Which isn't how you speak to the police. You say, yes officer, how may I help you? Respect is a two-way street.
Anyway, Pearce mediates and Jacob goes with the 5-0.
We have a vignette from Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill next, which ends with Cargill saying a storm is obviously coming.
Cool. We see Damian Priest looking for Aleister Black in the back from earlier and comes across Carmelo Hayes. He asks him if he's seen Black, with Hayes replying no, and that even if he had, he wouldn't tell him. Hayes tells Priest he warned him this would happen, with Priest saying at some point he will find Black. But in the meantime, why don't the two of them go one-on-one later, with Hayes accepting?
So, Damian Priest versus Carmelo Hayes is next, with Hayes attacking Priest before the bell has even rung. This doesn't last long as Priest then removes his jacket and goes to work on Hayes, lighting him up. After hitting him out the ring, Priest attempts to throw Hayes into the ring post, but Hayes escapes and drop kicks the Punisher into the intended target instead.
Back from the break, Hayes appears to be in charge and giving the crowd some chat when Priest hulks up, knocks Hayes for 6, flapjacks him like slam dunking a basketball, and then sets up for his finisher. Hayes sees it coming, so tries to bail from the ring, but Priest stops him, only for Hayes to drop Priest on the ropes and then hit a springboard clothesline.
Hayes then starts to tune up the band as we're in San Antonio, home to the greatest wrestler of all time, Mr. HBK. Priest stops the kick and looks for South of Heaven, but Hayes counters, only to suffer a massive right hand. Priest readies the Razor's Edge, but Hayes escapes it, misses a top rope move, and then ends up in the South of Heaven. Hayes counters the move into a codebreaker, then goes high, lands a splash, and covers for 2.
We end up outside the ring with Priest dropping Hayes on the announcer's desk and then heading back to the ring, where Priest is about to go old school on Hayes. Aleister Black then appears on the apron and pulls Priest's leg, causing him to fall onto the rope. The referee then calls for the bell, ending the match. Black then lands Black Mass, talks a little smack to Priest, and then leaves the ring.
Not sure, I'm not interested in where this is going. I hope Priest wins, because I'm just not interested in Black at all. We have a video from the Wyatts next, with Howdy saying they are where they belong. Loomis says the Prophets were only held together by their lust for gold, with Rowan adding that they've forged a new family. Gacy says they'll strip the teams of their wicked desires, with Howdy telling them that they'll be their guide. All they have to do is follow.
Out next, Solo and the MFTs. It sounds like a band from the 70s. Solo says that Jacob is reckless and that he doesn't care about anybody. Once again, Solo says that he gave Fatu everything, before rounding off by saying, once a criminal, always a criminal.
True dat.
We then cut to backstage with Jimmy greeting Jacob from a police car. The officer tells Jacob that upon reviewing the footage, he is not the person of interest and that he's free to go.
Jacob heads straight for the ring, but as the MFTs look towards Jacob, Jimmy surprises them from behind. The surprise attack lasts for all of about 5 seconds, as the numbers are then too great, with Tala looking to put Jimmy through the announcer's desk. Jacob then comes flying through the ropes, sending Tala over the announcer's table, with Tala then suffering 4 super kicks and an assisted crossbody by Jimmy, which puts him over the timekeeper's area.
Fatu re-enters the ring and begins to beat on Solo, land a hip attack, and then set up for another one after placing a chair around Sikoa's neck. JC and Lower then get back in the ring to stop the attack, but suffer at the hands of Double J.
Jeff Jarrett?
No, Jacob and Jimmy.
Oh.
Their sacrifice paid off though, as Tala is able to pull Solo from the ring. Fatu attacks JC and Lower with a chair, with Adam Pearce then heading out. Pearce tells Solo that he'll be defending his United States title at SummerSlam in a steel cage against Fatu, before calling out the Popo, who then arrests Solo for trying to frame Jacob for the car incident from earlier.
Again, Solo, brilliant in this bit, just that...
His face is,
he's brilliant. We then see what happened on Saturday Night Live. Orton and McIntyre got into an altercation, and as they fought off to the side, Logan Paul appeared, calling Jelly Roll a greasy redneck prison rat. This prompted Roll to chokeslam Paul through the desk, which Paul sold like an absolute pro. And we have said many times, we're not keen on him being there,
No.
but his selling and his moveset and what he can do is... I'm not going to say second to none, but it is up there. It is up there.
Yeah,
you can hate on him, which is fine, but what he does in that ring and what he
the moves he
fantastic.
does.
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Sorry, short bit.
Stephanie Vaquer versus Alba Fyre now. Piper Niven with Fyre. The commentators are more interested in talking about Chelsea Green getting a budget airline ticket and then refusing not to turn up, rather than what's happening in the ring. That is until Vaquer devil kisses Fyre from a backdrop suplex, which soon catches Barrett's attention. Vaquer then hits SVB, covers and gets the 1-2-3. After the match, Niven enters the ring and proceeds to beat up the Chilean. Piper looks for a possible Vader bomb, but Vaquer manages to get up and push her out the ring. Expect Niven against Vaquer on next week's SmackDown.
Definitely. Backstage, we see Kathy Kelly asking the Street Profits how they're feeling. Ford says the Wyatts came up from their swamp and took the tag titles from their grasp. Dawkins adds that they ain't going nowhere and will get the titles back. Kelly then asks if they're disappointed that they're not involved in the tag match later, but as Ford's about to answer, DIY turn up. Gargano says the Profits blew it, with Ciampa adding that, like any true great leader knows, if you want something done right, you do it yourself. That is true.
So, last match of the night, a WWE Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders fatal 4-way match between DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Fraxiom, and Andrade and Rey Fenix.
That was all done in one take.
I'd call it, but we'd literally be here all day.
Oh, wow.
You know what's coming. Everyone diving out to everyone else. Double teams, the dive train, Fraxiom, the Three Amigos, Andrade, 8-man brawl, and a few near falls. Phoenix then lands a corkscrew dive from the top rope to the outside, taking most people out, while Andrade and Ciampa fight on the inside.
Andrade goes for the message, but Rey distracts him, allowing Ciampa to grab Andrade and hold him while Gargano goes for a super kick. Andrade ducks, with Johnny kicking Ciampa, allowing Andrade to then hit Gargano with a spinning elbow and Ciampa with the message. Andrade then covers Ciampa and picks up the win, setting up a tag title match against the Wyatts 6 next week on SmackDown. Good. I like these random tag teams.
At least
made
it's
up.
someone different.
I just find it more interesting.
Yeah.
And see if they can work together. So far, they are.
Yeah,
I don't think they'll beat the Wyatts 6, but never mind.
Last segment of the night, Cody Rhodes and John Cena signing their contract for the match at SummerSlam. Rhodes heads out, signs the contract, and then rambles on about not flinching when facing his opponents, though he flinched at WrestleMania 41 when he faced John Cena. Flinching referring to his social media post from this week. When Rhodes has finished, Pearce introduces Cena, who, as usual, gets a wonderful reception. Cena sits down and says he has bad news, that he's not going to be at SummerSlam.
Oh dear, I'm not paying now then.
We then get this new split screen type thing, which I haven't seen before, with Cena saying he's filming a big movie for Netflix, he's emotionally exhausted, and everyone agrees that he's working real hard. Cena offers to do the match in Paris or Perth, and then reiterates that physically and emotionally, this is all he can give us.
Cena thanks Cody, tells him he's going to get his rematch, says goodnight to San Antonio, and then exits the ring. Rhodes removes his waistcoat and attacks Cena on the rampway, with Cena then fighting back. Cena goes to hit Rhodes with a belt, but Cody ducks, gets the title from Cena and hits him with it, and sets him up on the table. Rhodes splashes Cena through the table while holding the contract, clearly more impactful, with Rhodes then putting the pen in Cena's hand and making him sign the contract by guiding his hand, which I'm not sure is completely legal.
Totally is.
Rhodes then tells Cena to check the fine print, as it's not just a title match, but a street fight. SmackDown goes off the air with Rhodes picking up the title and looking at it. Phew. I mean, I think a street fight will be easier for Cena.
Yeah, could go a little bit longer.
Go a little bit longer.
Have a few more rests.
And then also I think it would be more valid if he then wins. Because if it's a straight wrestling match, I'm not saying Cena can't wrestle, but I think Rhodes has got a few more tricks up his sleeve.
Yes.
He's younger, he's got more in him,
Exactly.
he's got the stamina. Oh, Cena won that. Whereas a street fight,
because,
anyone can win.
Especially because they've already had, obviously, their match at WrestleMania. Going again, and seeing the same thing again, it'd be like...
Yeah. So, yeah,
So
I don't think he's
mind
losing
that.
the title quite yet.
Fair enough.
B-Fab, I think, broke character when Ford said that the Wyatts came out of the swamp. B-Fab did crack a smile. Once again, for me, Solo, he's so funny.
Solo is so funny. It's the faces that he pulls. Yeah. Like, what?
No, yeah, he's brilliant. Anyway, any thoughts, views you want to share, you want to tell us how poorly we're doing, that's fine. Let us know down below.
Don't forget to check out our musings video with thoughts and opinions on the last week of WWE, because a new one will drop every Wednesday.
Don't forget, don't be disrespectful to the police, but most importantly, thank you for watching.
And hopefully we'll see you Tuesday for Raw.